We've talked on the YouTube channel a number of times about the Bully franchise, and in particular, guys, the continuation here that many of us want to see in this story. And with that, guys, Bully 2, I wanted to talk about everything that we know so far about this title and kind of break down whether or not we think this is a game that will come back from a limbo state. Do we think it's going to be canceled forever? Do we think this is a title that, could come out in the very near future? I want to talk about that with you guys here in this segment of the show. And so with that, guys, in an article that was written by Daily Wilhelm of Looper, Rockstar has built quite a lucrative business from making games about misbehaving. The studio has had a ridiculous amount of success with titles like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, but also don't forget Bully, released in 2006 to the unusual flurry of accolades and controversies associated with the Rockstar title. Bully was a standout game for the PlayStation 2. Almost 15 years later, gamers are still waiting for an answer. For over a decade, there have been rumors and hints that Bully 2 was secretly underway at Rockstar. Alleged inside sources interviewed by YouTuber Swegta even claimed that devs worked on a sequel for 18 months before Rockstar canceled the project. This fits with optimistic statements from the likes of Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser, who seemed to think there could be a Bully 2 on the market following the completion release of Max Payne 3. So yes, guys, Rockstar did cancel the project. Apparently they did. There were guys from Rockstar working on the sequel for about 18 months before Rockstar pulled the plug. I believe there were creative differences. Rockstar didn't like where the story was going essentially, and so they pulled the plug on it. Some still believe Bully 2 might happen in the near future. Hope has been reignited by some choice Easter eggs hidden in more recent Rockstar games. In Red Dead Redemption 2, players discovered a familiar mantra inscribed on a Callaway revolver. Canis Canem Edit. Not only is this the motto of Bully's Bulworth Academy, but it also happens to be the title of the game in the UK. And then, of course, that also came up in GTA Online as the title of a painting. And so, obviously, guys, you got to think to yourself that, sure, there may be a reason they're doing this. Maybe they're just giving a kudos to the Bully franchise as far as an Easter egg is concerned. I don't know if you can really put much stock in this, that they're, it's kind of reigniting the Bully 2 talks. Obviously, it's going to do that. But I think what Rockstar is doing by putting, these mantras on, a revolver or in GTA Online, I think what they're doing is they're letting the fan base know that they haven't forgotten about Bully. And that's something definitely to remember. Now, in this article, one thing I disagree with the article in a major way is why Rockstar won't release Red Dead Redemption 3. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a monumental video game. Expectations were sky high for its release, considering the pedigree of developer Rockstar Games and the quality of Red Dead Redemption. Despite this monstrous pressure, Rockstar knocked it out of the park. Red Dead Redemption 2 hovers in the high 90s on Metacritic and has sold millions of copies. Though the series has proven a smash success, it seems unlikely you will see Red Dead Redemption 3. While it may turn up far down the line, there's a strong possibility Red Dead Redemption 2 is the swan song of this series. So, I, for one, guys, say that Red Dead Redemption 3 absolutely is going to happen because of the smash hit and success of Red Dead Redemption 2. It makes sense to me. Sure, the ending of Red Dead Redemption 2, you could say that, the story's completed, whatever the case might be. But at the end of the day, guys, with Dutch still being alive, who knows where that could go. They could go years, into the future or, a number of years in the future. I think there's so much that they could still do that could explore the legacy, the lore here of Red Dead, because this is their second biggest title to Grand Theft Auto. So why would they stop with Red Dead Redemption 2? Sure, they've got, the Bully franchise, which they've only had one game at this point. Max Payne is another one that's probably right under Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto. They've also got LA Noire, they've got Manhunt, they've got all these different titles that they could work on. Sure, maybe it'll be a while, but I still think Red Dead Redemption 3 is going to happen at some point or another. Video game development, especially for projects as huge as Red Dead Redemption 2, keeps getting bigger. Granted, Rockstar released plenty of games between 2010 and 2018, but it was still an 8-year wait from one Red Dead Redemption to the next. These games take time, and it seems likely the way for Red Dead Redemption 3 would be even longer as game design grows increasingly complex. And I agree. I mean, sure, it probably could take some time. If they're working on Grand Theft Auto 6 right now, which I think everyone is expecting they are working on Grand Theft Auto 6, Red Dead Redemption 3 would probably come after, you probably have Grand Theft Auto 6, then you've got probably Max Payne 4, I would assume, potentially LA Noire 2 or Bully 2 at some point, and then we would probably get the Red Dead Redemption 3. The other thing, though, that we got to remember, guys, is Rockstar is consistently getting bigger as a studio because of how well these games are doing. So they've got other teams that can start working on other projects and such. And so I don't think that it's too far-fetched to think that Red Dead Redemption 3 could come out, within the next 8 years or so. The story is told. This is likely the biggest reason Rockstar would hesitate to release Red Dead Redemption 3. The story of the Van der Linde gang has essentially resolved. In Red Dead Redemption, John Marston nearly made it to the end of the Wild West era, struggling to keep his violent past from catching up with his family. In Red Dead Redemption 2, you travel back in time to see much of Marston's background and who mentored him towards becoming the man he did. And I don't think, guys, that you have to be John Marston once again in Red Dead Redemption 3. Sure, the story, they're kind of like solidifying it more, but I definitely think there's still more tales to be told here in this world, in my personal opinion. If it pursued a third game, Red Dead, not being a part of this discussion, Rockstar would only have two real options. It could delve further in the past, which seems a bit old hat at this point, or it could tell an entirely new story in a different location, mostly involving new people, which is what I think that they probably would do. Most likely. Rockstar has other franchises to attend to, which is true. They do, before they get to Red Dead Redemption 3, they got other stuff to attend to, which is where we get the hopes of Bully 2. Rockstar has had some amazing writers work on its games, so there's little doubt it could put together an entertaining yarn were it to focus on Red Dead Redemption 3. However, it would probably be better off tending to a few of its other franchises first, as there is a bit more creative room to flourish there. So let's talk about that, guys. Got Max Payne, Manhunt, LA Noire. Many of Rockstar games have been ahead of their time and intended to outpace the technical limitations of their release. Rockstar has enough clout and reputation to do pretty much whatever it likes at this point, so a return to one of those franchises could be a huge success. I think Max Payne is a no-brainer. I think LA Noire could definitely be something that they would continue at some point. I think I would like to see a continuation there. Manhunt, there was so much controversy. Maybe they would just do it just because of the controversy, right? So there's that. Of course, Bully, guys, I think maybe it's just going to take more time for them to figure out what's the right way that we do this. Where's the story going? They want to make sure those things are kind of put in place. But all in all, guys, I think that they've definitely got options. They also have the opportunity to create new IPs because of how much bigger they're getting. And I think they should maybe think about that as well. Now, obviously, guys, GTA 6 is taking priority here. Yes, Rockstar may want to return to a lesser-known franchise, but it also knows where its bread is buttered, the mean streets of Grand Theft Auto. Though a notoriously secretive company, Rockstar's next big title seems to be Grand Theft Auto 6. There's still no release date in sight, but if it came out in 2021, it would fit neatly into the same timetable as the Red Dead Redemption releases. There are a lot of rumors flying around about the plot of Grand Theft Auto 6. Some pin it as a spiritual sequel to Vice City, featuring the Miami stand-in, as well as a new location in South America. Others have claimed that it will be set in Liberty City or a location very much like it. For me, guys, I just want to be surprised. I'd like to have a completely new area, in my personal opinion. New like locations and such for GTA 6. So there's that possibility as well. Now, Red Dead, guys, remains, that being RDR2, remains a massive financial success for Rockstar Games. Part of the company's path to power has been its patient development cycle. Many series that have annual releases are often derided for being sloppy or lacking features worth the price tag. As such, Rockstar should feel no pressure to start rolling on Red Dead Redemption 3 yet, which is true because, you know, Red Dead Online is still evolving. You have, of course, the sales of Red Dead Redemption 2 are still coming in really good, which is the same with Grand Theft Auto 5. That's why part of me thinks maybe they should just move to Bully 2 as well as, you know, Max Payne 4, because they're making so much money still off of GTA, you know, 5 as well as Red Dead. Why not kind of go with another one of your other franchises and make that the next big thing as well? All of Rockstar's Red Dead focus seems to be on Red Dead Online. Like GTA Online, the Cowboy multiplayer was a bit of a mess when it first kicked off. However, Rockstar has done a great job of mixing up large content updates with consistent, smaller tweaks to make Red Dead Online better and keep it fresh. And so here we go, guys, with the console cycle. It makes sense if you follow the timeline of past releases. Is if Rockstar is hypothetically working on Red Dead Redemption 3, you could safely assume it's a long way off, probably at least 7 or 8 years, especially with Grand Theft Auto 6 taking a priority. And so, obviously, guys, I would say that this, you know, I mean, it could be, you know, 7 or 8 years, I agree with 100%. What does this all mean, though, for Bully 2? Well, what I think, guys, the way that we can look at this is, let's say that Bully 2 let's say the canceled project is back, right? It's back on. And I honestly think, though, guys, that if you have Bully 2, and this is going to be a title that comes out, let's just say it comes out after GTA 6, or it comes out after GTA 6 and Max Payne 4, it may be very much so worth the wait. If Rockstar canceled the project, there's obviously a reason for that. There's a reason that they didn't think there was creative differences, or they didn't think that it was going to be of their standards, of their prestige. I've stated this before, guys, that Rockstar is one of the best developers in the world. I think that they have done an incredible job with their IPs, even though a lot of their titles are riddled with controversies and things of that nature. I honestly believe full-heartedly that, you know, they are at the top, one of the top developers in the entire world. But with that, guys, you know, look, Rockstar is obviously working on things. Whether we're talking, if we're talking about, you know, Red Dead Redemption 3, or if we're talking about GTA 6, we talk about Max Payne 4, we talk about LA Noire 2, or Bully 2, they're working on things. I wouldn't get too concerned at this point in time, as of yet, about Bully 2 being canceled forever. Right at this point in time, it's definitely on an indefinite hiatus or a limbo state, and I believe that it's just going to take the community consistently telling Rockstar that we want a continuation of that franchise, which we've been doing for years. But you got to continue doing that, guys. They're thinking about Bully. It comes out, of course, from Red Dead Redemption 2 as well as GTA Online. They're showing us that they haven't forgotten about Bully, so don't lose hope as of yet. But at this point in time, guys, those are the things that we know. We know that this game was 18 months in, it got canceled, and there you have it. You know, is it back on? There's a real possibility it is. There's a possibility that it's not going to come for quite some time in the future. But with that, guys, I will give you guys all more information as it comes out. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys want to see in Bully 2. Let me know, and for more Bully 2 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.